Cable didn't fucking
Oh shit. Fuck. What up, YouTube? My bad, I didn't say hi. I don't even know if we're on the air, but I tried to put it on, so we'll see. But this is another edition of me sucking at Rocket League without my boys. I'm sorry I haven't had my boys on while I'm recording yet, but you will see what it's really like when it's all three of us working as a team. Shout out to Fresh Peasy. Shout out to Friend of the Dark One. And shout out to Kibbles and Bits. Signal. Nice shot. Yeah, man. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom. Hold on, we gotta sit here so I can send this video to my mom. And then I can say, hi, Mom. Yeah, I can say hi to my mom.
What's up, Grudge Mom? How you doing?
Hold on, I don't know if she's in here yet. I don't know if she's in here yet. I'm gonna make her tell me when she's in here. Mom, tell me when you're in here. I'm gonna keep asking if she's in here until she says she's in here. Mom, you in here yet? Are you watching me? Text me if you're watching me. Say yes. Text me the word yes if you can see my stream, Mom. If you are there, text me and say yes. This is my new thing here, Mom. I'm gonna be rich and famous, and people will love me. Yeah, I'm gonna be a broadcaster. I wanna do this. I'm really serious about this. This is something that I like to do, is talk. And I can't find any job. Well, I like my job, but not always. I can't find a job that I like to do. I have a job, I just don't really like to interact with people. Unless we're just bullshitting about some dumb shit. Other than that, if you want me to do something, I don't like you. You try to tell me how to do stuff or anything like that. Oh, nice save. I was going to go up for that too. Oh, Mom, can you hear me? Ma, text me if you can hear me. You got to subscribe to me on YouTube. I know you got YouTube. You got to have YouTube. Everybody has YouTube. Comes pre-installed on most phones. Ma, holla at your boy. This is an episode where I'm looking for my mommy. Isn't that funny? She's probably like, I'm not looking at this shit. What's he said to me? You know what I mean? Back to another episode of Ma, where are you? Text me. Oh my god, what kind of fucking pass was that, dude? Wow. You fucking sorry ass bum. Come on, I hate this map, dude. Anyway, YouTube, just for the record, I'm trying to warm up and it's on this stupid fucking map. My god. Get that in there, boy. Ah, fuck. Oh. No, fuck. I hate this map, yo. That attempted shot, you have to admit, was nice, but whatever. Oh, my mom's watching it. I love you, Mom.
I'm Zeus.
My mom.
Yeah, I was trying to get my mom to watch on to her phone.
Oh, yeah? That's fucking cool, man. I really like being able to, you know, express myself how I want to, man. And, like, nobody, like, yeah, sure, like, you can send me a comment or whatever, but, I'm exiting. I need to roll.
Whoa.
And I'm playing with bums against a really good team.
Don't smoke, because this is my last match on this show. Actually, no, I'm not smoking. That's not smoking racist for now. Never mind.
But, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. My mom's in here. I'm like, I'm about to roll up. Anyway.
She knows?
Yeah, she knows. But still, you know, it's kind of like a respect kind of thing. But, I love you, Mom. I love my mom. And, you know, I'm gonna become, I feel like, it's my destiny to be a purveyor of fucking something. I need to be able to say shit, man. You know? Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm passionate, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Give me a fucking topic, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to do MMA. I could do MMA, dude. You know? I just did fucking 20 minutes of MMA off of watching highlights last night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to talk to people, dude. And, you know what else I'd like to do? I'd like to do marijuana, too. All respect to my mom, I love you. But I would like for people to understand who I am and how I am and how everything's just fine for me. And I just like to smoke. And I just wish that the world would see someone like me and go, well, he's fucking fine and he just likes to get baked. You know what I mean? Like, that's totally fucking fine. You know, I go to work, you know, straight as an arrow, whatever they say. And then I come home and I'm straight the whole time. And then as soon as, you know, when I get home and it's time to fucking sit down and relax, I'm ready to fucking toke up, dog. And you just gotta fucking deal. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with it. What do you think about it though? What do you think about people not being able to deal with you know, with weed, with marijuana? What do you think about that?
You need to deal with it because it's not a bad thing. You don't see marijuana going out there, people smoking weed and fucking killing niggas, do you?
Well, I wanna get a little deeper into that. You're kind of just scratching the surface here. What I mean is, why, Dave, do you think people what am I trying to say? Why do you think that they are almost afraid, it seems, at least to me, of, you know, any kind of at least regulated freedom on it?
I don't know. They're just afraid of what might happen.
Well, what do you think? I'm trying to grasp what you think they think will happen.
Probably all hell will break loose. Especially like the drug dealers that sell weed and shit like that too. I think hell will break loose probably.
Oh, so you think that the drug dealers would stop making as much money, and then they'd have to resort to other things to make their money? Is that how you're putting it? Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it too, because the drugs, what for the people out there, what Dragon is trying to say is that there's like a million fucking gangsters out there with mad guns and mad money and mad shit, houses and but what he's saying is that just like the world has happened, so marijuana's like the wild, wild west right now. Marijuana is back in the day how alcohol was. Al Capone was a gangster, and he's making all this money off alcohol and keeping his gangster ring running and shit like that. So, it was pretty fucking roughshod, or whatever the word is, back then. So what he's saying is that marijuana right now it's not regulated, just like back then with Al Capone and all that shit. Not that I have my history correct, but because it's not as regulated, it's not as developed as alcohol is now. Alcohol ships from places and has big industries that have been doing it for 100 years or whatever, and weed's just not like that. So there's a lot of fucking gangsters who got weed, not to mention anybody can fucking grow weed. So what he's saying is, if it were regulated and all these scientists are making it and it's produced like that, it's going to turn into Coors Light, and you're going to be some asshole who can't grow it like that or sell it like that or smoke it like that. So the people who've been doing it for 100 fucking years, so the people who have been doing it, the gangsters, all these fucking, some of them are big time gangsters who made a lot of fucking money, but the scientists will blow them out. So the way that Dragon's looking at it, the scientists will blow them out and grow incredible weed that you will smoke this fucking bud and you will be so fucking baked on my Hi Mom episode that you're not gonna want to buy it from fucking fucking Daquan or whatever, the fucking super hardcore fucking, and not to put them in a fucking, black eye way, I'm sorry about that, Daquan, you know what I mean, or fucking, whoever from down the fucking block, Julio, or fucking even fucking Jim, whoever it is, whoever you're buying this shit from, you ain't gonna fucking, right, you ain't gonna fucking want to buy it from him no more, and God bless him, because even one of my family members, I'm not gonna say who, had problems with that, where it's just not as good as the shit that these incredible people grow this crazy shit, and you just can't produce that because you don't have the not that you're not smart enough, but you don't have the housing to do it in, the proper housing for that itself. Not that you don't have a house, but you don't have that proper place to be able to do that in a safe manner. So what Dave is basically saying, I got way off track, is that that'll happen. These scientists are going to shut these guys down, and there's going to be backlash from them, and that's how all hell is going to break loose, as he was saying, would be the gangsters needing some other way to make up for the losses that they're going to take on marijuana. And that, unfortunately, and as I was saying, not to hate on the black guys, but I feel like, excuse me for sounding like one of the racists, but we live in a racist world, not like a racist world, but a lot of people who are you know, gangsters and shit, they're looked at like they're unintelligent, and I can play devil's advocate here for the gangsters, is that a lot of them are smart, and if they're growing bud and they've been doing it their whole fucking life, they probably know what the fuck they're doing, but because of how they grew up and what their culture is, people will look at them like they're stupid, and they're gonna get snuffed out that way. The scientists will be like, you're just some gangster who doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, and he won't get a shot in the dark. Just like a lot of good rappers don't, just like a lot of good fighters don't, just like a lot of good everything. A lot of good football players don't. You know what I'm saying? And some of them do. Take John Jones, for instance. Like, now that I brought up fighters. Take John Jones, for instance, dude. He's a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those dudes who was ghetto and got a chance and fucking he squandered it. And that's why I feel like that plays a lot into that racism, too, that people still harbor today, you know? Because when you do live a gangster life, shit that is normal to you isn't normal to other people. I got in a lot of trouble for trying a drug that I shouldn't have tried. And I shouldn't have. But because I've been around so much shit in my life, you know, growing up in a shitty place with a lot of shit. Not that, I mean, God bless my mom, she did a great job, but we couldn't afford to live somewhere that was, you know, free of shit like that. And I'm older now. It happened when I was grown, obviously. I just wanted to, you know, I'm an experimental person, and I did something I shouldn't have done, and it almost cost me my life. But because, and that's playing devil's advocate for John Jones, and because I tried to see what that was like, and I thought I was invincible, I thought I was good, it backfired, and just like you see John Jones fall from grace, you know, it doesn't mean that he's not intelligent, or that he's not a good fighter, or that he's not good at anything he wants to do, you know what I mean? And that's the barrier people need to see through. I mean, obviously, if you are binging on something so hard that it's, you know, costing you, you know, a home or something like that, then that's a different story. Yeah, if it's costing you your entire life. I mean, if you're making like a few sacrifices here and there to smoke some herb, it's not a big deal. But if you're spending money that you like definitely shouldn't spend, or you ain't gonna have nowhere to sleep at, you know, on some crazy shit, then obviously that's ridiculous. But if you're John Jones and you're rich, and you spend a little money here and there on some shit, like, nobody has the right, in my opinion, to tell that man what he should or should not be doing. You know, I think he's an excellent fighter, and I mean, obviously you can't be running into people's cars, but I think they made that shit up. I think that shit was made up where he ran into that girl's car. I mean, look, right? This is, now I'm in a conspiracy theories YouTube. Dave, you ready to ride with me on this conspiracy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, on this conspiracy, John Jones, okay, he was slated to face Dan Henderson, UFC 159 or 151, something like that. It was a while ago. John Jones is slated to face Dan Henderson, right? Now, Dan Henderson was even old then. This motherfucker's old. He's been fighting forever, right? Now, now Dan is he's old, so he gets injured. Okay, Dan gets hurt. He's got to pull out of the fight, right? Who do they put in to face John Jones when Dan gets hurt? Who do they try to, you know, put Jones up against instead? Do you remember? None other than the gangster from West Lynn, the fucking man on the mic, Chael Sonnen. Chael P. Sonnen. And the P is for perfection. Okay? Now, John Jones, in all his glory and all his might, I don't like him. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of John Jones.
I am. Dragon is a fan, no matter what.
So, fuck John Jones. Well, not fuck him. I mean, obviously, God bless him as a person. I'm still trying to get his back here. But, so they put Chael against him. Now, John says, I don't want to fight Chael, okay? I can't, well, he didn't say I don't want to fight Chael, excuse me. He said, I cannot fight an opponent as, you know, as threatening and as, you know, as on point as Chael on, you know, 11 days notice, I think it was. No, that was Nate. I forget. But it was, you know, Dan got injured unexpectedly. So they had to throw Chael in the mix maybe a couple weeks out from the fight that it was supposed to be with Dan. So, because Jones didn't train for Chael, he trained for Dan. Dan's got that overhand right. Chael ain't got no... Well, I mean, not that Chael can't punch you pretty good, but he ain't got that... What am I trying to say here, Dave? He ain't got that, you know, that equalizing power that Dan has with that right hand. That
He ain't got that strength.
be all, end all. It's not that he's not I think he's maybe as strong as Dan. He just ain't got that pop in his punch like Dan got. Dan will fucking end your night. So, anyway, John says I can't fight Chael on, you know, a week and a half notice. I can't do this, right? So it ends in the first UFC fight to ever be canceled. Now I'm trying to tell you that John Jones crashing in to this pregnant woman it's a fabrication, in my opinion. It's a complete and total, it's bullocks. So what happened was, the first UFC event in the history of the UFC had to be canceled, and that's partly the UFC's fault because the card was so thin, other than Jones vs. Sonnen, that it didn't deserve to be a pay-per-view afterward. So they canceled the event, and they vilified Jones, vilified him. Dana White was angry, everybody was angry, and that's fine. That's fine. I would be pretty pissed off too. I mean, he's a middleweight dude. You know what I mean? He's a middleweight. He's smaller than, maybe not smaller than Dan. Dan fought at middleweight a lot. But he's, you know, he's not as powerful as Dan. He's not as physically opposing as Dan. Dan Henderson's a fucking savage. So now, right, a couple years go down, right? John Jones, you know, starts getting in trouble. They start slipping. Not that all fighters ain't fucking doing coke and fucking strippers. Most of them fucking are. The big ones like Jones, come on, man, right? So they vilify him, right? Eventually, he fights Chael after getting in trouble. He fights Chael, beats the piss out of Chael. So, years later, he gets in more trouble. Finally, he fucking gets all coked up and crashes into a woman. Now, listen. She was a pregnant woman, apparently, right? Understand this. Chael Sonnen. S-O-N-N-E-N. Chael P. Sonnen. He's the man. I love him. I'm a huge fan. John Jones was slated to face Anthony Johnson, and I couldn't fucking wait because I love Rumble, and he will knock John Jones's fucking block off, and I don't care what nobody says. Dave, what do you think about that fight?
Who would knock somebody's block off?
Rumble will knock John Jones' fucking head off. That dude just puts people to fucking bed. If you don't take him down, if he gets taken down, it's a wrap. But anyway, that's not the point. So John Jones was slated to face Rumble, right? Chael Sonnen was in a chat where people ask him questions, right? Before the fight. Still the fight is scheduled to go, right? This is years after that he canceled on Sonnen. Fucking, right? So he's slated to face Anthony Johnson. Chael Sonnen's in the chat room. Chael Sonnen tells people, the people ask him questions. They ask him, so who you got, Anthony or John? Anthony, Rumble Johnson or John Jones? And Chael says that fight is not going to happen. Mark my words. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you with me? So Chael Sonnen says, mark my words, that fight is not going to happen. Chael Sonnen, John Jones versus Anthony Johnson isn't going to happen. And this is before the fight. The fight was still scheduled to go on. He said it's not going to happen, right? A week later, John Jones gets all coked up and crashes his car into a pregnant woman's car and broke her arm. Apparently, allegedly, right? So, you know what this woman's name was? What? No. Chael Sonnen, the first person that had the UFC event canceled because John Jones wouldn't fight him. Chael Sonnen is a weird name, is it not? The woman, Sonnen's weird, right? So, fucking John Jones gets all coked up and crashes his car into a pregnant woman's car, breaks her arm, and her name is Vanessa, I think, Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg. It's Sonnen with Berg added onto it. How fucking, that's even a weirder last name. You know what isn't that fucking weird, spelled the same way? Weird, right? See, I think that was a fucking fabrication. After Chael called it that it wouldn't happen, after Chael was the first person that John Jones wouldn't fight and caused the first UFC event to be canceled, isn't that fucking a little strange? That's a little strange in my opinion there, bud.
We're all cooked up. I'm going to require it's somebody named Brock Lesnar. That is some shit. or fucking Dwayne The Rock Miller. You never know. No, I don't have to fucking know about whatever.
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna restart my video and we're gonna play some Rocket. YouTube, this is Whip, and I'm out. Dragon, say goodbye. You gotta have an exit thing. Whip Dog out.